Hi, this is Gary Kayye. We're here at Integrate 2018. We're halfway through day 2, and I'm excited to be joined by Soren Nargaard. Soren, did I pronounce that right?
That's pretty good.
Best I can do, right?
Yeah.
Soren, you're basically the CEO of the show, right? For lack of a better term, you run this show. You must be very, very proud and happy with what you did this year.
Yeah, very much so, Gary. But yeah, I will correct you there. So I'm the event director, but that's all right. And yeah, we're proud. I've got a really great dedicated team that help me out on this show, and there's some great partners at the show, as you probably know, with Avixa, Cedia, and many others that contribute. And I think we've really found a formula here in Australia that makes this show a true showcase for the industry in a condensed way. Yeah?
You're one of only 2 shows in the world that combine residential AV and commercial AV, with ISE over in Amsterdam being the other. So you've got kind of a unique niche. But really, even though you're serving the Australia New Zealand market, the show is known around the world because of the products that have been launched here that showed here before they showed other places. Why do you think that is? Why are they coming to Australia to do that?
Not entirely sure. There's different ways of looking at it, but I think maybe it's a soft launch, if you like.
Yeah.
So it gives them the opportunity to get some feedback before they go onto the main stage at ISE or Infocom. And I think the Australian integrated community are quite visionary.
Yeah.
They know products very well, and they get the feedback they want.
Yeah, and in fact, more AV over IP is being done here, percentage-wise, per capita, than anywhere else in the world. And the first fully functional, complete AV over IP install was done 2.5 years ago here in Australia. So so you're ahead of the rest of the world in a technology that we know is right around the corner. And you have companies like LG, for example, that launched OLED here first a couple of years ago, and they're here with a convex and concurve OLED. And then you've got companies like Extron that has a private suite upstairs showing a brand new product they haven't shown anywhere else in the world. So that's, I think, hats off to you and your community of AV experts here in Australia and New Zealand. So congratulations as far as that goes. And but I do have a question I wanted to ask you about your education. You've beefed that up quite a bit. A couple of years ago I came and was asked to speak here, and it was in one little room, and you had a few sessions here and there. Yeah. It's like you've got a full conference session now.
Yeah, well, it certainly has been a target for us to ensure that we have the right content, and I've been inspired by going to some of the trade shows around the world. As I've matured with the show and got to know the industry better, I've made some really good connections and had some great conversations, and I've been able to help curate the program, and again working with partners like Avixa, Cedia, with collaboration with IMCCA, etc., yourself and many other partners. I think we found the formula that puts a great education program together.
And you also, I participated in a panel discussion yesterday, and I think that I found that the panels are very participative here versus a lot of places. A lot of times people just kind of sit around, they're not sure what to do. So I think that's a testament as well. The partnership with Avixa and Cedia gives you the ability to have a different level of education and sort of a star towards certification. I know you don't have your own certification here, but do you see that people are leveraging that already, the certifications that exist?
Absolutely, and some of the other programs that we have here also give you the RU points. So, it is those partnerships, be it training or certification or rack building or whatever it might be, and some of the programs we have with initiatives such as the Tech Cruise this morning, trying to engage the younger generations that are coming up through, that are looking at AV as a career path. Those sort of initiatives. We got the Women in AV tomorrow. So there's a lot of things going on.
What about your demographics of the show attendee? How does it break down here at Integrate?
Well, I mean, we've been focusing more and more on getting what we call the real end users to the show. So last year we were sitting just over 20%, and I'll be interested to see how we go this year, because our marketing team and myself have been, making some real effort in getting those vertical end users to the show, and I'm pretty confident that we'll see a substantial growth there.
I think also it might help to have this brand new venue across the water, Darling Harbor here, from some of the biggest banks in the world, so they can literally walk across the street and come to the show.
Correct.
Did you leverage that as well?
Well, that's the main attraction by coming back into the CBD of Sydney is, we got the financial district right around the corner. We got a lot of consulting companies right around the corner. It's within walking distance. Most businesses are within 5-10 minutes walk from here. Yep. So if that doesn't translate into end users, we're doing something wrong. Yeah.
And the next year the show will be in Melbourne. It rotates between the two locations, and it seems like everyone's really happy with that rotation. I assume you'll stick with that?
Absolutely. So that's the plan. So from now on, we're going to go every other year Sydney-Melbourne. And the reason for that is if you look at the demographic of the industry, it's almost a 50 split between Sydney and Melbourne, and we get about 60% of the attendees come from that host state. So it makes sense. A little bit like the East Coast, West Coast in the States with Infocom.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this is a brand new facility. It's a little over a year old. This is your first experience with the facility. Talk about that a little bit, because this is one of the most high-tech facilities in the world right now as far as the convention facility goes.
Yeah, well, it's a brand new facility. It's only been open for 18 months. And, it's taking a little bit of getting used to because it's multi-level. But, visually, architecturally, it's a beautiful venue. And you only have to look out the window to see the vista. It's amazing, right?
I mean, there aren't many convention centers that sit on one of the most beautiful water fronts in the world, Darling Harbor. I mean, now they were going to put apartments above this, is what I understand, or something above the convention center. Not that that's related to our show, but I'm kind of curious about how that developed and what they're going to end up doing, because I understand they built the superstructure for this to be able to handle high-rise buildings.
Well, I mean, I know, there are some limitations in the area because of residential buildings, so there are curfews at night, so it does give us some challenges when we're doing, logistics, forklifts driving on the dock at night and that sort of thing. So I would be surprised if that goes ahead, but I don't know. I'm not involved in the local politics, but...
well, I pointed out because I'll tell you, if you want to go to an AV show... here we go. This is what are we going to do, right? We got a show full of people here. We're going to have people walk by in front of us. If you want to go to an AV show and have a vacation at the same time, there's no other place to go. Amsterdam is beautiful, but it's February and it's freezing cold there. But you come here and it's your winter, and you have one of the most mildest winters in the world, probably considering. Plus, it's beautiful here. So, I think you're kind of lucky as far as that goes. And then Melbourne's right on the waterfront there. It's one of my favorite cities.
Well, it's a beautiful destination. Aside from my now wife, certainly, the country was very attractive to come to. It's a great place to live. If you haven't visited Australia before, it's a must-do, right?
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. And I'm also going to throw out a challenge to the manufacturers. We have a lot of manufacturers that follow us online here and watch our videos from other places around the world. We helped drive, for example, Nareva to come to the show this year from them watching the stuff we were doing last year, and Panacast, I know, is back again this year. I would challenge you, if you're not here, you need to be here. There's some key manufacturers that aren't here yet, and I'm not sure why they're not here, because this show is not just representing Australia and New Zealand. It's really out to the rest of the world, and all you got to do is ask companies like LG and Extron, the investment that they've made here, that that this show actually means something. So, look, thanks a lot for doing this. Thanks for inviting us to participate in this and to help bring this show to the rest of the world. And I appreciate the invitation here to your beautiful country.
Gary, thank you to you and your team. It's really great to have you on board, and your coverage of the show. So, I hope to continue this partnership for several years. And
we plan on it too.
All right.
One day maybe we'll doing it often enough that we'll buy an apartment or something here.
Perhaps.
But look, thanks for watching. Now here, one thing you got to understand is that we have a dedicated microsite to this show. So a lot of you are going to be watching this video not on our Integrate microsite. So if you want to see what the show's like, there's two reasons to do that. Number one, I want you to go to the dedicated microsite, which is raypubs.com/integrate2018, spelled exactly like you would think. But not just to see the videos, but for example, we shot a VR tour of the Extron booth and the Extron stand, and this is a way for people that don't get to see Extron at other shows around the world to see what they showed here at the show. So you're going to see an opportunity to see some VR stuff as well, and some awesome new products here. There's about 4 or 5 products I'm going to be writing articles on that I've never seen anywhere else. That'll probably be winners for the industry. So check it all out at raypubs.com/integrate2018. Soren, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you, Gary.
And one last question. We're going to set an attendance record for this show, you think?
I'm pretty confident we will.
Well, and those numbers will come out tomorrow, so keep paying attention to the site. We'll give you the details.